Are you trying to stop your friend's Dragon deck before it pops off? Well, stick with me here in this video and I'll show you 7 ways to do that. Step 1, stop their ramp. An Dragon deck doesn't function without ramp. They're basically trying to hit 9 mana by turn 5 to cast the thing. So what you should focus on is blowing up their early artifacts. Soul Ring, Chromatic Lantern, Arcane Signet, and definitely don't let Farseeker Cultivate slide. The more land they have, the more likely they'll cast their commander early. Pack your deck with hate like Vandal Blast, Collector Oof, Cursed Totem for those mana dorks. Even a Reclamation Sage can wreck their setup. Every turn you delay their mana is one less dragon you have to deal with later on in the game. At least that's how it feels. Dragon players have access to all 5 colors and there's just too many bombs to deal with. So the second tip is to disrupt their hand and rip them out early. These decks keep greedy hands because they want to get Dragon out as soon as possible. They have insane synergy, lots of ramp, big spells, and permanent protection. Use cards like Thoughtseize, Inquisition of Kozilek, Praetor's Grasp if you're feeling evil. And if you're in blue, hold up Mana League, Arcane Denial, Swan Song, etc. Hit Kindred Discovery and Goldspan Dragon before they can cast them so you don't have to deal with them later. No cards in hands means no dragons on the board. Step 3, we're just gonna wipe the board. Now, 1 dragon is bad, but a board state of 1,000,000 dragons? Just game over. And I probably don't even need to say this, but you need to take out the dragons as they come if you can, or have a backup plan if it's too late. Each dragon in an Dragon deck is a bomb. Scourge of Valkis, Terror of the Peaks, Lathlis. And they don't just swing, they combo off hard. Use Path to Exile, Terminate, Generous Gift, or even Atraxa's Fall just to take care of them as soon as you can. Or just go nuclear with Blasphemous Act, Toxic Deluge, or Wrath of God. You're not just clearing creatures, you're stopping an avalanche before it starts. Keep ahead of their nonsense and slay those dragons early. Alright, now we need to stop their value. The dragons in an Dragon deck are very scary, but the enchantments that come with the whole package, they're sometimes worse. Dragon Tempest, Crucible of Fire, Draco Genesis. These are some heavy hitters or heavy utility pieces, and they very often win the game. Answer them with Aura Shards, Feed the Swarm, Wear Tear, Crows and Grip, the list goes on and on and on. If you let the value pile up, you're just done. Burn their engines to the ground, and let's be honest, you don't have to feel bad about it. Now, do you think you can't outrun a 9-mana commander? Think again. That was a stupid line. Swing in early with Ragavan, Zergo Bellstriker, or just a full Elf Ball Assault. The faster these players lose the game, the better. You don't want to wait, you need to weaken them and put them on the back foot as soon as you can, because once the dragons start just rolling out, it's almost too late. You make them block with their early mana dorks, or just hit them hard with the hasty boys just constantly. Don't hesitate to take some life as quick as possible. I'm talking to you, Goblin decks. Now, to make things even quicker, they'll actually want to scoop and leave because they want to put their cards in their Arcane Fortress deck box. I can't ever get enough of mine. The Radiant 100+ deck box by Arcane Fortress is the ultimate blend of protection and elegance. With a sleek nanofiber exterior, it holds 100+ double-sleeved cards, locked securely, and has a space for dice and counters. Stunning engravings and beautifully illustrated interior add that extra wow factor. Backed by the King's Guarantee, built to last or return it, no questions asked. This is a deck box I trust, whether at tournaments or on display. It stands out and keeps my cards safe. Now, if you want to support this channel and upgrade your game, grab yours through the Arcane Fortress affiliate link down below. Alright, we need to counteract Enter the Battlefield effects. This is crucial for countering the Dragon deck. Beating the Dragon deck you're up against can also come in the form of just some light, friendly stacks. Hushbringer, Tocatli Honor Guard, or Torpor Orb do the trick nicely. If their dragons entering can't trigger, half the work is done. The dragons can still attack and such, but at least it stops Scourge of Valkis, Miram, and Ganax from triggering, and we all know how crazy those cards can get really fast. Alright, we've come to the end. And you waited way too long. You didn't heed any of my warnings and advice. They cast the Dragon. Okay, now what? Well, if it resolves, you're in danger. If it swings, you're just done for, right? This is very hard to stop. There's a few options here. If you're in blue, counter it on the stack with, of course, counter spells. If it's too late to counter it, it's already on the battlefield. You can bounce it, you can exile it, you can lock it down with Imprisoned in the Moon. There's lots of options. But you want to have those options in your deck. You'll find protection cards like Tyvar's Stand or Heroic Intervention in the Dragon deck so often. So how do you deal with Hexproof or Shroud? Well, something like Consumed by Greed does the trick. This makes them have to sacrifice the Dragon as long as it's got the greatest power. Otherwise, if you can't deal with it like that, it connects. They're drawing 5 cards, cheating out dragons into plays. It's rough. Prevent that triggered ability with Stifle effects so they can't get all those bonuses. That's another option at the end. And even if they do get some bonuses from attacking, you could still have a Holy Day or a Fog in hand, and those are just always always great options. Even though it doesn't stop the problem, it just delays the inevitable. Okay, anyway, in conclusion, don't let the dragon land, don't let it swing, be the reason they scoop. I mean, be nice about it though. At the end of the day, there's a lot of options for disrupting an Dragon deck, and I hope you don't build a deck that strictly counteracts the deck just because it's just kind of petty. This video should just help you realize that running more removal and answers in all your decks to be able to take care of these problems as they arise is just way better deck building, and you should be able to have a plan ahead of time. Thank you so much to my Patreon subscribers. They help immensely and receive an awesome token sheet each month that they can print out at home or at a print shop, and they get their names in the credits, so check out that in the description. I'll catch you guys next week for your weekly dose of magic.